With the revitalization of King's Quest, some of the Sierra games have gotten a revamp, newer graphics, and improved gameplay. One of the series that was quite large and loved has been re-released as a full collection on Steam. From a simple janitor second class to savior of the Star Confederation multiple times, it features one Roger Wilco. The series is Space Quest. I'm Ollamh, and this is Geek Trivia. Scott Murphy and Mark Crow, eventually known as the two guys from Andromeda, were already working at Sierra and worked together on the video game adaptation of The Black Cauldron. They had an idea of creating a science fiction adventure game with a large amount of humor. Now, at the time, Sierra was in the mindset that everything should be medieval and pretty serious. With the success of King's Quest, it seemed like a solid, successful plan. Ken Williams, though skeptical, decided to give them a shot. Making a demo with the first 4 rooms of Space Quest 1 was enough to get the full green light, and the series was born. As a fictional hero, Roger Wilco was not what anyone would expect to see. In 1984, Space Quest: The Sarian Encounter hit the shelf, starting off with Wilco waking up in a broom closet after a nap to find a dead body lying in the hallway. It seemed pretty dark and gritty. Very quickly, things escalate and Wilco has to escape the ship. Several deaths are possible and probably going to pop up. But at the same time, they are fun and entertaining. This was a key point with the game. The developers wanted to make the deaths funny. Throughout the game, there are so many references to different sci-fi series that it's almost a parade of other people's characters. From the obvious Tatooine landscape to the Blues Brothers playing in the bar, they have a lot of fun. Finally, Wilco destroys the Saurians' plans and wins the highest custodial award possible, the coveted Golden Mop. Flash forward to Game 2, Vohal's Revenge, and Wilco is back to being just a normal janitor. Having defeated his plan in the first game, our mysterious villain decides to get rid of Roger Wilco before unleashing his flock of door-to-door life insurance salesmen. Again, some of the villains are references to other sci-fi and movie series. The guards at the start are an obvious reference to Planet of the Apes. And there's even a visit from a very demonic-styled Looney Tune character from Down Under. Again, Wilco manages to save the day and escapes in a pod with a cryogenics bed. Game 3, The Pirates of Pestilon, takes up right where Game 2 leaves off. The escape pod that Roger Wilco is in winds up in a garbage freighter, and he is finally woken up. This game features a story that becomes quite meta. There is an evil gaming company that suddenly is releasing a hit game. Come to find out, after beating a very Austrian-seeming robot killer, Roger plays the game modeled much after Lunar Lander and finds a hidden message from the two guys from Andromeda. The two guys are very obviously a reference to Scott and Mark, the creators of the Space Quest series. Finally, Wilco saves the two guys in a large mech rocking-socking robot fight. This game ends with the delivering of the two guys to California Earth and the Sierra Online offices. In Game 4, Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers, we find out that Sludge Vohal is reborn and trying to destroy Wilco yet again. Except when his sequel police are about to take him out, he's rescued by his son, who uses a souped-up hairdryer to tear open space and time and send him into the future. Chasing through time and even finding a handbook for the very game he's in, Wilco experiences past games and future. Finally winning the day and being delivered back to his time, he realizes that he should be looking for his future wife and having a kid to save him in the past/future. Game 5, The Next Mutation, Roger Wilco is a janitor, yet again, but is trying to better himself. With heavy focus on spoofing Star Trek, he manages to become captain of his own ship, a garbage scow, and wanders the galaxy picking up trash to the score of 2001: A Space Odyssey. In the course of his adventures, he fights the next level of debt collection robot killer, interestingly, a female version of the Terminator bot from Game 3. He also discovers a plot to mutate the entire StarCon, but again stops the evil actions. He also discovers and saves his future wife, or at least the mother of his child. Then we come to the final game, The Spinal Frontier. Released in 1995, we find Roger Wilco has been stripped of his captain title and returned to being a janitor second class. Paying homage to Deep Space Nine, Lion King, and even with a gassy extraterrestrial, there seems to be a conspiracy that is trying to take over StarCon. Come to find out, there is an evil woman that has found a way to transfer her consciousness into another person. We also find out that the mother of Roger Wilco's child is not an ideal match for him. Instead, there's a new love interest, showing that because you have a child with someone does not mean that that is the person you were meant to be with. So that is the basic covering of the Space Quest series. As I stated from the start of the video, this series has been released on Steam and will work with modern computers. This is a series that will probably start playing on Ollamh Productions soon. So what are your thoughts on this series? Are you familiar with it or just learning about its existence? Do you like the quirky humor, or would you prefer it to be more serious? Leave a comment down below and let us know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!
Travel gentlemen, I've decided that it's time to give you a gentleman's perspective on the world.
Okay, that was kinda cool.